Hello everyone, welcome to Crystal Eclipse. My name is Jessica. In this video, we'll be asking the cards about who it is you'll marry and what kind of spouse they'll be. I have 4 stacks for you all today. We have red agate, labradorite, pink quartz, and lastly obsidian. So choose whichever stack or stacks call out to you. You can check the description box or the comment section for timestamps if you like to skip directly to the stack or stacks you've chosen. Starting with our first stack here, and red agate. Our first card is the Father of Wands. We have Temperance, the Page of Feathers with exploration and discovery, and lastly we have Observer. So immediately here I'm getting a strong figure represented with that Father of Wands card. It's a King card, so we're seeing that somebody is in a higher position on a higher level here. So this seems like somebody who knows what they want and has worked really hard to get what they want, and that comes into their marriage with you as well. So when it comes to this future spouse, when it comes to this person you'll marry and what kind of spouse they'll be, I see that they've really got a strong character that helps them make good decisions, helps them be a good person, and helps them to be a good spouse. They're a great protector. This person is somebody who is they watch over their family, their friends, people that they love very closely. They're always there. They're always dependent and reliable, and they work really hard to help those who are around them, to support those around them. In this Father of Wands card, we see the snake sort of holding on to this wand, and even though it's pouring and there's lightning, it's not wavering. There's no fear in it. It's standing and holding strong, and that's really who this person is and what kind of spouse they are. They're almost like they're the rock in the relationship. Whenever anything goes wrong, they're the one to quickly solve the problem. They're always there to fix things, to make sure that things are progressing smoothly. So this is like a major aspect of their character, who they are. They're a great protector, very strong-willed, very strong-minded. But even though that seems very serious here, like we're seeing that first card and it seems very intense, like this person is like this almost domineering character, we end up with Temperance here, which is completely different. We see that fun liveliness in that card. So this person is really well balanced when it comes to their personality. They're able to be serious. They're able to take the reins of any situation and not really show any signs of fear. But at the same time, they're a joker. They love to have fun. They love to go out and do really fun things spontaneously. They have this fantastic balance, and I love how in this Temperance card we see that going back and forth of the water, and that's that give and take, that balance within this person. But then we look around and we see this really zany outfit with the googly eye and the stars everywhere. It seems like a very fun person, but somebody who knows when to be serious. So as a spouse, they really are protective. They take care of you. They take care of their loved ones. They're support for all those people. But at the same time, they're the ones who come up to you and say, there's a festival down the street, let's go, or there's a fair, there's a new exhibition somewhere, let's go and do that now. They want to have fun. And I also see them as the type of person who will do things just to make you laugh. They'll dress silly, or they'll do some weird little joke, just try to make you happy and smile, and just really they want everything to be bright and happy for you. They see it as somebody who really wants just liveliness around them. Then we have Page of Feathers and Exploration, and then Observer. And to me, those two cards really tie into each other because we're looking at where we're going, right? We're looking at the places we'll be in the future, where we've been, and sort of using both aspects to sort of guide us, to make our choices. And we see this really cute raccoon here that's just sort of looking at us waiting, they've invited us to go somewhere with them, and we're just waiting. And this is this person you'll marry. They wait for you to go on this adventure with them. They want to have a lot of experiences with you, They don't like to just go out and come back and say, I did this, or like, I had fun here. They want you to be there alongside them. So that's the kind of spouse that they'll be. They'll make sure that you have experiences together. They want to make memories with you. They want to have good times with you. And it's all about growing. So no matter how many years you're together, it's almost like you're still just freshly married. It's still that fun, that adventure, and always like something new. They're always looking out for something new. They're always wanting to experience something new with you. And that, with that observer card, I don't see it as it's more important to be with you than it is to go anywhere. You know, like they can take you to the beach, they can take you to like a fast food restaurant, and it's still just as important to them, just as fun, just as much of a new experience as either one. It doesn't matter where you're going, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there. As long as you two are together, I see it being like the best time for them, what they really want. It's something that they focus on, something that they pride themselves on. You know, it's those memories, those moments, those experiences, that's all that matters to them. They work hard though. They are a very dedicated person. They work very hard when it comes to this marriage. So it seems like even though they might be focused on certain things, I think that they're the type of person who's always evaluating everything. And when we see that observer card, it's also making me think about somebody who pays attention to like every single detail that's going on to make sure that things are going well. And that ties back into that Father of Wands card with being that protector, that person that wants things to go well. So they have to look out for things, right? They have to be sort of the lookout. They have to be the one that watches over to see if anything bad is going on so that they can step in immediately. It's almost like this fox is looking to the sky to see when the storm is coming so that they can prepare themselves and protect what's sort of valuable to them and what's important to them. And I see that as who they are as a spouse. They're a very loving person, one who's very dedicated, one who gives all that they can to the relationship, somebody who sees you as somebody incredibly important, and it's constantly fresh, constantly new. They constantly see it as like a continuous journey with you. So that's what I'm seeing with this first stack and the red agate, and what kind of spouse they'll be. And if this is your only reading, or if you're stopping here, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope that you and all your loved ones are doing well and staying safe and healthy. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye-bye. Starting off with our second stack here and Labradorite. We have our first card with, two cards. The Three of Cups. We have the Two of Wands, the Two of Crystals, and lastly we have Truth Be Told. So we're starting off here with the Three of Cups card, and it makes me think like another person being involved. But because we have this one separate, it almost seems like there's a family member involved, and it doesn't seem like it's a bad thing. It seems like it's a pretty good thing. So when it comes to this future spouse, or this person you'll marry, and what kind of spouse they'll be, I see it as somebody who takes you along with them. If there are any issues, they're there with you. They're sharing them with you. And if they ever need advice from somebody else, they make sure to include you with them. They see you as a partner. Whenever like they're making any decision, they always make sure to include you in that. It's almost like to them, it's not just them and in this relationship, it's not them alone in life. Once you two are married, once you two are like officially spouses, it's the two of you, and they really take that serious. So if it comes to like buying something, if it comes to work, if it comes to making any choice, they really include you. Even when it comes down to like little things, like what you're having for dinner. If they're bringing dinner home, they make sure to ask you what you want, so that there's always like feedback coming from you. I see a lot of conversation coming from you, and I love the way that these two are sort of depicted over here together with that one next to it. So it's always like you two are always together no matter what the situation. and that's who they are as a spouse when it comes to like that part of your relationship. When it comes to like the mentalities, the personalities, they really include you in everything. But with the Two of Wands here, we see a little bit more into who they are as a spouse, and this comes to like a home life, when it comes to you two being together and like sharing responsibilities. Again, this is them including you in those responsibilities, but this is making sure that neither one of you feels burdened by this relationship or by the tasks that you have to do. And with this Two of Wands, they're depicted as brooms rather than just plain wands. And I see this person as like standing there waiting for you. Like, it's not your job to sweep, it's both of you together who are going to sweep. It's both of you who are going to clean. And it sounds like something so simple, but they feel like it's a burden on one of you if one of you does more chores than the other, or if one of you does more than the other at all. It seems like it's unfair. So they always want to be like an equal part of that. They want to share those responsibilities. It's like when I see this card, I think like it's both of us together. They're waiting for you to come. They've got the broom there for you. And even though it's like we're both going to do this together, it's because there's one world. It's the world that you two have together. You're both sharing responsibilities. You're both working together. And I think that's like a major part of just the way that they think about relationships in general. They want this to be very successful, so they want you to feel like they care. They want you to know how committed they are and how much they value you. But in these two cards to start off, like at them as a spouse, it seems like they're very focused on communication and making sure that both of you have equal say in the relationship. With the Two of Crystals, balance and adaptability, we're seeing that balance again, right, represented here. And with this Two of Crystals, it's normally the Two of Pentacles, and it's showing that balance, and we're still seeing that represented a lot within these cards. But it makes me think, because this kangaroo is sort of hopping away, makes me think that maybe a previous relationship or relationships that they've seen in the past were not very balanced, and they sort of take that as knowing better, you know, like having that education to know that an unbalanced relationship is not going to be successful in the long run of things. So in order to create this successful relationship, a successful long-term marriage, they know that they have to adapt, they have to change, they have to work harder to create that good relationship. So I see them like sharing that with you, sharing that importance and that growth. And that also, that adaptability says that this person is really willing to learn. So they're not going to sit there and you know, just stay the same person. If something's wrong and you tell them they're wrong, or that's something has upset you, they're going to listen to you and really take that into consideration and try to improve themselves to make the relationship better. You know, they want to be the best version they can be to make this relationship successful. And I see that really being an important aspect because of what this truth be told represents here. We see this bird, and this window is open. All these little parts are coming out. At first they look like they're little petals that are flying, but when you look really close to it, they're actually little hearts all over. And it's like they're opening up, you know, they're expressing themselves, they're showing how much they care. It seems like this, because we see these at both ends, like with the bird here and or the birds here and the bird here, it seems like this is really something that is very deep to them. They see this relationship in a different way than they've seen previous relationships, so they're working very hard to make sure this is a forever relationship. They're very upfront with their feelings. They're very honest. They tell you if they have concerns, if they're not feeling like at their best, you know, if they're questioning their worth, whatever it may be. They want to share those things with you, and they want to share their love with you, constantly telling you they care about you, expressing it. So I see with that truth be told, it's almost like they're worried that if they don't express how much they feel about or how much they care about you, that they'll run out of time. So they're very expressive, And I see that like really representing very loving spouse. So when it comes to all of these together, when it comes to these cards, I see it very balanced. It's a very balanced relationship. They take this relationship serious. They see you both as like equals in every single like aspect that there can be, and they're a very loving person. It seems like this spouse is just incredibly loving. So that's what I'm seeing with this second stack here with the Labradorite, and what kind of spouse they'll be once you two are married. If this is your only reading, or if this is where you're stopping, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope everything's going good around you and you're feeling safe and healthy. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye-bye. Starting off with our third stack and the pink quartz or rose quartz, we have the Ace of Cups, the Fool, then we have the Three of Shells with playfulness and bliss, and lastly we have soulmates. So this is a really good stack for many reasons, but I'm going to start off with the Ace of Cups, and this is one of my most favorite cards within this deck because I think it's just one of the prettiest cards that there is. It's something so peaceful and really pretty about it. So when it comes to this spouse, who you'll marry and what kind of spouse they'll be, the Ace of Cups, of course, we're starting off with that positivity. So a good relationship, a lot that has come your way or will come your way that brings a lot of like fulfillment, all the things that you could have wanted, you really have with this relationship. And I see them seeing this as something they've waited a long time for. This spouse of yours, this person you'll marry, I think they've been waiting for somebody to come into their life. They've been waiting for this person that really stands out. And it's like with that Ace of Cups, that cup is sort of representing you. That one thing that is just there, the only thing that they've cared about, the only thing that has been on their mind is this relationship, is finding you and being with you. And it's like on a spiritual level. But we see the Fool card, and the Fool card is making me think that either they haven't been in a relationship in a long time, meaning like there was a break in relationships a couple of years, or maybe this is their first relationship, their first serious relationship. It could be a lot of different things, but seen as the Fool card is sort of like walking into this somewhat blindfolded, new, not with any experience. Say that this person seems like they maybe haven't had a serious relationship in a while, or just have never had a serious relationship. But I also see something within this card. We see this little flower. He's walking in with this little flower joyfully, and I think that this is like who they are as a spouse. They're somebody who sees you or comes back to you, just wants to see you, somebody who wants to surprise you, somebody who wants to give you little reminders of how much they care about you. I see them as like the type of person who will either like bring you a flower or bring you flowers, bring you something that like your favorite food, just spontaneously. They'll bring you something that you like just to like make you happy. And it really is an innocent, like pure gesture coming from them. It's something that it just like pops into their head, and they're like, I'm gonna do this, and they go out and they just do it just to show you how much they care. It seems like it's really all about that care and that love when it comes to them in a very sweet way. It's really in a way that is like fresh. There's nothing that can really explain the way that they feel, and the way that they feel about you being so different from the past, from previous relationships, or from what they've seen. It really makes them want to like invest more into this relationship and work even harder. We see that playfulness and bliss, and it's continuing that sort of Fool card with that joy, that happiness, the looking forward, not necessarily knowing what's coming. So it really is a major part of their personality. That's what we're seeing here when it comes to this person you'll marry. They seem like just a really fun person, a very nice, kind person, somebody who really just wants a lot of peace around them. But because we see the 3 here with this 3 of shells, it's almost making me think the family is a very big aspect of their life, and could be your family, their family, or just bringing the families together. But I see family being very, very important. And when it comes to this relationship, when you're married, they really do like completely absorb you as family. Like you are their family to them, and you can really feel it. You can really feel their intensity when it comes to this relationship, the way that they feel about you. And it's a celebration, you know, it's something that's really big to them. They just love having family around them, having people around them, having that like the more the merrier kind of person. They love everyone that is in their life. You know, they really are one who surrounds themselves with people they care about. They really work hard on those relationships. They're all about just having, you know, just energy, people energy. And it's really making me think like this is them sort of inviting you in, saying that your family is welcome to join theirs. And also it seems like they're saying, you know, welcome to my families. Like this is your family now. Come along, you know, come join us. So it's really a good like acceptance card, one that's showing you that their family is very accepting of you. Both families are really happy with this relationship. Then we see soulmates, and soulmates is a card that never pops up for me. Like it rarely is seen here. I don't even remember the last time I drew it, but soulmates, I love this card because we have those penguins and we have them standing together with all these little hearts sort of flying around them, and it's such a loving card. They're standing there together, and this one right here has a key. See if it'll focus. It has a little key, and if you look closely, this one has a heart right here. So this one has the key to this one's heart. And so more than just soulmates, this is a true love. You know, this is romance. This is everything that like you could want in a marriage, in a relationship. I see this really being just an incredibly loving person. This person knows immediately what they have when they meet you. They know exactly what this relationship will bring to them. And I think that's why the Fool has come in. Because even though it might seem a little foolish to everyone else, maybe the speed that they started this relationship with, or maybe they were going around to their family saying, this is like my love interest, this is the love of my life here, and they're like, well, maybe, you know, you should slow down a bit. They know what this is, and this is something so joyful, so positive, so wonderful, so like bright. That's why we see that overflow of that Ace of Cups card. This is pure love, and they see it. They know that's what it is, and they're just incredibly happy about it. They're just so blissful. We see it here with blissful. This is a soulmate right here. This is more than a soulmate. This is the person who holds your heart and you hold theirs. This is something that is like a huge bond going on here. So that's what I'm seeing as what kind of spouse they'll be. I see them as a very loving spouse. It seems like just a very, very loving spouse here. So that's with the third stack and rose quartz. If this is where you're stopping, or if this is your only reading, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you are doing well, as are all of your loved ones. And please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye-bye. Starting off with our last stack and obsidian. We have our first card of the Father of Cups. Next we have the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Shells with Charm and Passion, and we have Loyal Heart. We have a lot of birds here, but starting off with this Father of Cups, we have another King card starting off the stack, sort of like the first card. So we have a strong energy coming in here. And with this card though, unlike the first card, we're seeing that same strength, right? But we're seeing calmness under pressure. And the calmness under pressure is the Father of Cups still remaining calm, not worried about what's going on around them, not worried about any issues. When it comes to your future spouse, when it comes to what they'll be like when you're married, what kind of spouse they'll be, I see them being a very calm person, very calm spouse, somebody who you can go to when there's problems, somebody who doesn't really get excited about anything that's happening, you know, like anything negative. They don't let things get to them. Things like easily sort of roll off their back. It's sort of like a bird, like water just rolls off of them. They're a calm person, a easygoing person, somebody who doesn't let things, you know, bother them. And even with that Queen of Wands here with this card, we can sort of see that continuing. There are these two lines sort of goofing around behind her, but she doesn't seem affected by it. She still seems pretty calm, you know, easygoing, like there's nothing that's really going to make her upset. So it's really not like, it's not that they're not excitable. Like I think they're a fun person, but they really don't let issues bother them. They just sort of go with the flow, you know, move forward really as just like, you know, what happens, and if they have the capability of changing it, of fixing it, they will, but they're not going to let it get to them. And that seems like something that is really needed. It seems like a balancer because we have that loyal heart. Their personality really is in tune with yours, where there's like things that they need to work on, you can help them, you know, with your personality, where things that you need to work on, they can help with their personality. It's really a good, like, balanced relationship where it comes to both of your personalities really like matching up well. All the shortcomings, all the like things that you excel at, everything really matches up well with this person. And when it comes to them as a spouse, though, it seems like that really helps with just having a good, easygoing relationship. Since things don't get to them, it seems like very few arguments, very few fights, nothing that will really cause any disruptions in the relationship. They're very like calm when it comes to things. Things don't rile them up. So if there's an issue, you know, they're very easy going with it. They talk it out and they can move on really quickly and not let things bother them. But those two cards really seem to be who they are, just like their core values, you know, as a person, who they're like, their major aspects of their personality. Then we see these two cards over here, and this card in particular, the Knight of Shells with Charm and Passion, I see it always as this like really handsome or beautiful character, you know, this one that you admire from a distance. You look at and you see them and you're just sort of intrigued by them. You look at them and you want to get to know them, you want to talk more to them, and that's the way you see them when you first met them. You saw them as this really intriguing person that you want to get to know. And in the relationship, like as it progresses and once you're married, it continues. This person still has that same really intriguing personality, the one that always keeps you interested, and they pass it on to you. Like they put that energy on you where you feel like that excitement and that glow, that, you know, they really make you feel happy with them. They make you feel that energy that they have. And with that passion here, it seems like it's their dedication to this relationship, and you see it. You can see their hard work, the way that they've put all of themselves into a relationship. And when it comes to work, when it comes to like anything they do, they really put a lot of themselves into it. But it's like so much of them is represented here in this Knight of Shells card. It seems like it's really just showing how wonderful they are, and they'll be a really good spouse. But what's interesting is we're seeing that Royal Heart coming in, and the Royal Heart has two birds, and they're same species, obviously. They both have crowns on their heads, making me think that this is the way they see you as well. So you might not think of yourself as being this charming and passionate person, but that's how they see you. They see you the same exact way. And when they walk into the room and they see you, they see this like really charming person who is also intriguing, who they want to get to know more, and they love being around you. Like you're always a mystery. There's always more that they want to know. So it's really that you both have that same view of each other, and that builds up this relationship, makes this relationship like longer lasting because of it. And then like more than longer lasting, it makes it like a greater relationship, you know. It makes it so much more like forever you're bonded with each other. And here too, when we see this card, we see these like keys hanging up here, and it seems like they're representing like the keys to the other person's heart. You both have the other person's heart, and if you look really closely, there's little hearts on these birds. So you both hold each other's hearts. You both have crowns, so you're both very equal in this relationship. And if you look up here, there are little clocks at the top, and I see this as both of you have waited what feels like forever for this person to come in. It's making me think that this is like who you're meant to be with, you know, like that bonded person. Seems like this is a very important person. So as a spouse, I see them being one who's very calm, easygoing, a good counter to your personality, and therefore like a good relationship for you, a good person for you. See them working hard. They really love you. Like they love being in a relationship with you. They try to let everything, you know, go smoothly so that things aren't disrupted. But I see this as seeing like you're supposed to be with this person. That's really what I'm seeing here. As a spouse, they see you as a complete equal, but also as like the person, almost like their soulmate, like the person that they're meant to be with. So they're very, very loving, and they're expressive of that, like that they've waited so long for you. That's really it. They will tell you that they've waited forever for you. Well, that's what I'm seeing with this fourth stack and obsidian. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If this is your only reading, or if this is where you're stopping, I want to thank you for taking the time, you know, and still sticking with me, even if you're still watching. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope that all your loved ones, as well as you, are doing well and staying safe and healthy. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. And if you're still watching up to this point, I want to thank you so much for watching as long as you have. If there's a question you would like asked in a future pick card video, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I hope that you and everyone you care about, all your loved ones, all those people around you, are staying safe and doing well, and that life is going good for you. Thank you for taking the time to leave kind comments if you do, and liking these videos and subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate everything. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye-bye.